Yeah, I've done a bit of negative stuff, as you know, like, I mean, Gurgaon and some other films and some other projects I've done. But I think this is really shocking people. I think people have a kind of reaction. I couldn't even recognize it was you. What's up with that hair? And I think people are really surprised by it. I think the way that they've made the trailer also, it comes as such a, like, it comes unexpectedly. So, which is what the character is, so I'm glad that they sort of, even the marketing around it is being such. But yeah, I had so much fun like shooting this character. I can't even tell you. I know it sounds terrible because he's such a sick person, but I had so much fun. Yeah, it was like unbelievable amounts of fun. Yeah, so I still have my ears pierced from when I got it done for Flesh, and I still have it. But yeah, we worked a lot on the look of this character. Danish, the director, had some very specific things in mind, like the gray hair and a lot of piercings. I wanted to keep a beard. He wanted me not to have one. So we went back and forth on a lot of things. The clothes, the chains, the golden boots that I'm wearing. All of that kind of added to the character. In fact, it's odd. This is the first character that I started by working on the externals first. Usually I do the internal. Usually I work on, what's going on, where's this guy from, what does he do, what does he want, what was his upbringing like. But with this character, because he was so far out there, I started with this look first. And once I put on the clothes is when I started working on the internals of the character. I don't know about other people, but me for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I don't know about everybody, but it's just so much fun. Yeah. In real life, look, I'm being nice to you, you're being nice to me, we're smiling, we're trying to be positive. That's kind of a social contract you and I have signed, that I'm not going to be rude to you, you're not going to be rude to me. And if somebody is rude to one another, people say that guy's quite rude. But a gray character and a really dark character can do anything he wants, and there is no daira for it. There's no boundary for it. He can operate in any way he wants, and that's so much fun because in society we don't do that. And that's why I became an actor. Yeah, I became an actor to do things that are not me. Um, so I have so much fun. Yeah, there's so much fun. These gray characters. It's an energy. All of acting is an energy. So when you have really talented actors in front of you, the back and forth that starts to happen, that's what creates those moments. And Swara is spectacular, Mahima is spectacular, Yudi. There are really good actors in this show, and I sort of look for that. Yeah, I love working with good actors. In my whole career, I've tried to choose things that I just wanted to go and learn from that actor. Like in Gurgaon was Pankaj Tripathi, or in Lal Rang Randeep Hooda. I look for these actors because a certain energy happens and a certain chemistry happens that really. Acting is not cricket. It's not one guy batting. It's tennis. The better my opponent across from me is hitting the ball, the better I'll hit it back. Um, so that's what I feel, about Flesh and the actors in it. It's true. It's a great time to be an actor or a writer or a director because this space is opened up. Look, not everybody. I mean, not everybody can be Shah Rukh Khan, right? Like when I came to Bollywood, when I started, I used to feel like, यार मैं तो ये नहीं कर पाऊंगा जो ये लोग करते हैं, because I can't do the whole hands open, and it doesn't. It's not me, I always wanted to play parts. I wanted to play characters, and I struggled in the first half of my career so much because I couldn't find them, and nobody was ready to cast me also, and in the really intense stuff. But the second the digital thing opened up, it was like I think the big box office stars were not ready to come down to the web, so the web just started looking for actors and put really good content out there, and it's given a career to so many people who would not have had a career otherwise. um, and a great part about COVID, that's a terrible sentence. The silver lining in COVID is that whatever, I think everybody knew that the future is OTT, but I think the speed at which it has happened, it's because of COVID that it just, so much happened so much faster. I think the next couple of years we were seeing this transition, but I think now because of this period, a lot of people are now going to consume content on OTT specifically. I think the when you make a movie, the way you splash a movie, because you've got huge costs associated with distributing and releasing the film,
Right.
because you've got distributor fees, you've got exhibitor fees, so there's a lot more money. So people put a lot more money into marketing. So it's a big splash when you do a movie. It's everywhere. I think the thing about OTTs, we're still trying to figure it out, how to exactly place things and how to market them and how to get people to come to certain platforms. Because there's so many platforms right now. How do you get people to come to your platform?
Right.
I think those are the challenges that over the next couple of years we'll be seeing. Big companies like Eros and Viacom already have their subscriber base, but how do you get them to engage in their originals and how do you get them to be excited about them?
Right.
Because it's not like I go to PVR and I can see everything I want. This is a different station, different channel for everybody. So I think those are the challenges. With that said, you're right about the pressure of the box office not being there. Yeah, there is certain joy to it. There's certain magic to, oh, Friday aa gaya, meri film release ho rahi hai, abhi kya hoga, kya hoga, kya hoga. But I feel OTT is like how Bollywood was in the 80s, where it wasn't a weekend. It wasn't like Friday, Saturday, Sunday ke jo bhi kamai hai, that's how we judge the film. Now it's out there for everyone to see. So if it picks up on week 1 or week 2,
Mm-hmm.
it's all good, as long as it picks up and there's a good word of mouth. Yeah, I don't know what's making me do it. I think it's like I was telling my wife the other day that, passion makes you do some really crazy things.
All right.
And that's how I summarize my entire acting career, that I'm so passionate about acting and I love it so much. It's like a drug for me. It's like my nasha that somebody tells me, listen, we need to finish the shoot. Can you shoot? And I'm like, yes, I'll be there. In fact, I'm shooting a couple, in 2 or 3 days again for something else. Um, it's not great. It's not been fun. I have a 3-year-old son. I'm scared to I'm scared to anything about bringing this infection home.
Mm-hmm.
But people producers are doing their best to make sure that actors are comfortable and the whole crew, not just actors, everyone's comfortable and safe. But with that said, it's not the same. Yeah, I can't wait for a vaccine or something to come so we can go back to shooting like we used to shoot. Yeah, I feel like these are all good conversations to be having. Like Me Too was a good conversation. Nepotism, to discuss these things is a good conversation. It's healthy. But I think sometimes it turns vile and negative when people start spewing anger and hate. And that's what I kind of got turned off, because to me, at the end of the day, no matter what family you belong to, no matter who launched you, how you came, what you did, the only people who survive are people who are actually really talented and work very hard. Is the only way to survive. So people who are saying, oh, Bollywood is just this, that's not true, because there are examples like myself and many, many, many others who have come up the hard way by just working. Um, and some of the people who were mentioned in this whole nepotism debate have been wonderful to me. Like, they've said the nicest of things. I've met them multiple times, and it's been a great relationship. And I think they are also very, very good people. So it just feels unfair. It feels unfair that certain people were targeted, certain people were attacked. It's not nice to bring down others. It's nice to discuss. It's nice to say, does nepotism exist? Yes, it does, but it exists everywhere. Nepotism is not the end all be all. Otherwise, Nawaz Bhai wouldn't be Nawaz Bhai, or,
That's true.
I don't know what Ayushman is thinking right now when the last year was entirely his, 5-6 filमें दी उसने बड़ी filमें.
Correct.
So he's a complete outsider. So I'm finding it a bit, energy sucking and a bit negative now. When it started, I thought it was healthy, but now I can't wait for it to be over.